What's up, my Vina loves? This is Vina D coming to you all from Vina Tima News. I'm not sure why anybody is shocked about what happened this weekend on social media, especially on Twitter. The argument, Kandi Burruss and Phaedra Parks were trending the entire weekend, including RHOA, because of the same debate if Phaedra Parks should come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the reason why I'm saying that I'm not sure why anyone is shocked is because majority of the tweets and responses were people saying that Kandi should let it go and Phaedra Parks should come back. And some of the reasons were just disgusting. I mean, why is anyone shocked? Some of the Porsha Williams supporters and Phaedra supporters feel this way. These are the same people that celebrated Porsha Williams' violent behavior until she no longer had someone to blame and pin it on, and she was on her own show, and now is, ooh, I'm embarrassed of Porsha. These are the same people that celebrated Phaedra Parks and her ex-husband lying on another woman for years for a check, and even after the man came out and admitted that he lied, those fans still chose to believe the liar that is Phaedra Parks. These are people that have also celebrated and supported all of those years on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha Williams lying on people, and the list goes on and on. So I'm not shocked that they want Kandi to just simply roll over and walk away and say, sure, she can come back. I am here for Kandi putting her foot down and saying, no, I'm not doing it. Now, Kandi was in an interview. Before we get to the interviewer's questions and Kandi responses, let's also discuss another thing that was trending. Porsha, okay? People kept saying that it's interesting how Kandi easily forgave Porsha, but she can't do the same for Phaedra when, yes, what Phaedra said was absolutely wrong, but Porsha is the reason why everyone, all of America and outside of America, got to know about it because she's the one who brought it to TV. Okay, so let's get rid of the first lie. Kandi did not easily forgive Porsha. If we were all watching the same show, it took a long time for Kandi to even be comfortable being in the same room with Porsha. So let's get rid of that first lie, okay? All right. Another thing is, yes, Porsha brought it to TV, okay? Porsha was absolutely wrong. Porsha 100% should have gotten fired. But the reason why Porsha is still there is because, call it fake or whatever you want to call it, but she put on her acting, okay, face, and she showed remorse. She apologized, she cried, and she threw Phaedra Parks all the way under that bus, okay? She threw her all the way under that bus. She hid behind the, if someone told you that someone was planning this disgusting act against you, you're telling me that you don't have the right to question that person. I had every right to question Kandi, even though Porsha knew. In no way Kandi was trying to do any of that. She knew she did that for a storyline. Allegedly, Porsha got drunk in Greece and admitted that she was in on it with Phaedra, and guess what Bravo did? Are we shocked? No, they did not show it. And when Kandi attempted to repeat it, it was something happened where it was like, oh, don't say that. Porsha apologized. Porsha cried like she normally does. Porsha put on a big show, and Bravo believed Porsha's apology. They believed that it was sincere, and at least she took accountability, and she apologized, and she cried. When it came to Phaedra Parks had no remorse. Why Kandi was crying and looking like this and just being hurt to the core, especially this was someone you consider a friend and a sister. This was Phaedra Parks laughing. Oh, absolutely. She was laughing, making interesting and funny faces. She thought it was a joke. And instead of her just standing in it and apologizing, she then chose to drag a black man Not only was she dragging Kandi, a black woman, a successful black woman, down, she then decided to blame Carlos King, allegedly.
I don't know. Do you think the show is better or changed because you're gone? I think it was. I can't really answer that. I don't know.
Yeah, listen, well, let's start by saying this. I left the show. I did not get fired. That will always be the dumbest rumor when it comes to that. And it's funny because if you Google anything, I've been fired so many times. It's like I was on The Apprentice. It's the dumbest.
I know you left.
Yeah, it's the dumbest rumor out there. I did not get fired. And the other thing about the whole situation that happened season 9 had nothing to do with that. Let's make that very clear. Mm-hmm. If that was the case, I wouldn't be here today. I'll be in jail. So let's start there. And that's all I'll say about that. But
we get to the reunion, Phaedra have the floor to just come clean and sincerely apologize. But Phaedra is like, first of all, I'm an attorney. I'm not about to incriminate myself. Phaedra basically said she heard it. A producer told her. Portia was saying, Phaedra, you told me you heard it from Kandi's mouth. Phaedra said, no, I repeated what I heard. Portia over there screaming like, no, you didn't tell me you heard. You said, Kandi said. Phaedra said, well, I repeated what I heard. After Phaedra said that, of course, like I always say, these producers, they don't care if y'all beat each other up, drag each other, disrespect each other. They don't care. As long as you are not bringing them in your mess, they don't care. They will watch from afar while all of you make a fool out of yourselves, and they get their big check and they go home to their peaceful life, okay? But when you start to drag them into stuff, especially something, that could legally destroy the network, oh, you gotta go. So when Phaedra did that, she was fired, and she had no remorse. Her apologies were not genuine. Phaedra Parks, when she did what she did to Kandi, and then she said a producer told her to do and say what she said about Kandi. And then you have people saying, oh, it's not Phaedra's fault. No, it is Phaedra's fault, because Phaedra chose the check over her integrity. If a producer comes to you and say, I want you to lie on this woman, that's when you say, you know what? I love this show. I love my coins, but I am not willing to go that low, to destroy a mother, to destroy this boss, to destroy everything she's ever worked for, all in the name of a check, and to stay on this show. If I'm going to get fired because of this reason, I don't have no problems getting an attorney. If people don't believe me, that's fine. I'm a lawyer myself. I know my rights, but I'm not going to stoop that low. And if you keep me, great. But if I'm let go because of this, I'm exposing everything. Or I'm willing to lose my job, but I'm not going to go that low. The fact that Phaedra was willing to go that low, regardless of who told her, shows that's who she is. Because when you stand for something, you won't fall for anything. So if that's not who Phaedra was, she would have said no. So that's my point. Of course, Phaedra acted alone. I'm just making an example that when she tried to blame a producer, my point is, even if, let's just say the producer thing was right, she was still wrong because she went along with it. It's the point I'm trying to make. So there you have it as far as the difference between Phaedra and Portia. Phaedra told one lie, and when she got caught in the lie, instead of just simply apologizing and moving on, she created another lie and tried to ruin someone else in the process. And that right there shows, okay, this person is evil. This person is not trying to learn. And this person will keep lying. Like, how far are we going to wait for them to go? This is like worse. But why? So, yes, that's the difference, okay? Now, the reason why I waited this long to even post what Kandi had to say in the interview is because after Kandi responds, I'm ending the video because there's no reason to add any more commentary because we've talked about this for how many years now? There's nothing else I can add or say that's going to sound any different than what I've said over and over again since all of this been happening. So let's get into what Kandi had to say, and we're going to go ahead and end it. Candy, you already know she's been doing a lot of interviews promoting her show, Candy and the Gang, okay? And in one of her recent interviews, I just love how Candy is a straight shooter as it relates to this whole Phaedra situation. She doesn't try to sugarcoat anything. She's not trying to sound politically correct. She's like no and no and no and no. And I'm here for it. Every time she's asked, she's keeping the same energy. Absolutely not. If she comes back, I'm out. And I'm here for it. So Candy is talking about this is going to be my 13th season. I joined the show, in season, during season 2. So far now, I'm the longest, running housewife and all of that. She said as long as Bravo is rocking with her, she's rocking with them until the wheels fall off, okay? She said that I'm still able to basically work for Bravo and do other things that I'm passionate about. So there's no reason to really leave the show. And also too, Candy, she have her moments on the show, but she gets an amazing edits and she have a great relationship over there at Bravo. So if they're not trying to drag you and make you the villain and make your life a living hell, of course you're going to stay. Especially for all the money that you're making. Who's going to leave that situation? Exactly. I wouldn't leave either. She continued. So it's not like it's stopping me, from doing nothing else. You know what I mean? And then the interviewer said, what if they brought Phaedra back? Would you still be on the show? When I tell you Candy said that no so quickly, I mean, that no was strong. It was heavy on the no. There was no pause, no hesitation, no nothing. She said that no quickly, and I'm here for it. I'm here for someone putting their foot down and saying, you do not get to do this and then get coddled and get away with it. Okay, you did not get arrested. I did not sue the network or sue you. But you don't get to do that and then come back to the same network like Bravo normally do, like they did for Porsha Williams, and think it's okay. That's not going to happen. Candy also said that, however, if Bravo decides to bring Phaedra back and that's how they're rocking, she have absolutely no problem leaving and letting Phaedra do her thing. But I just don't think she and I needs to interact, okay? I'll let her do her thing when they decide to do that. It's not even about making anybody make a choice because she's on other shows. What she meant is Phaedra Parks is on season 2, allegedly I heard, with Eva, Marcel, and other people of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, okay? So if you're still working with the network, that means the network is still cool with you. So she's on other shows, but if they decide to bring her back, no, you're not about to mess with my mental health and how I feel. This is about Candy and Phaedra. But Porsha goes and does something below the belt and just disgusting to Kenya Moore. And then people want to force Kenya to sit with Porsha, have a meeting, apologies and all of that. How about you leave people alone and let them heal in their own time? Okay? Like the way how Candy insisted in Greece, like literally grabbing Kenya's hand where Kenya had to remove her hand from Candy. Candy was literally dragging her back to have a conversation with Nene. No, that girl over there did not accuse Kenya Moore of what Phaedra did. I get it. But Candy of all people knows when someone don't want to rock with someone, leave them alone. When she was doing that to Kenya, I was like, girl, like you are still not talking to Phaedra. You are slowly getting back, over there with Porsha. Leave Kenya alone. So yeah, let people heal. And when they're ready, they will handle things when they're ready. But what Phaedra Parks did is so disgusting that I'm 100% here for Candy putting her foot down and saying, as long as I'm here, it's not going to happen. And if Bravo chooses to, mess with her over me, then whatever that happens, Bravo 100% deserves it. I don't care how much you don't like somebody. You don't go that far. is a freaking reality TV show. It was never ever that deep to go that far. And like I said, because it was Kandi, it worked. But had she gone that far with Kenya Moore, she would have been right there on that show. And Bravo wouldn't have cared about Kenya Moore's mental health and anything, why she had to be in the same room filming with the person who said those disgusting things about her. And oh girl, just get over it. The same people who are screaming for Phaedra Parks to come back and tweeting in the situation was trending all weekend are the same ones who don't want Kenya Moore on the show, when she hasn't even done anything close to physically assaulting anyone or accusing anyone of. Exactly. It's crazy to me. Okay? And then the interviewer said, well, I heard that she wants to come back. And Kandi said, well, I don't know what she wants to do. We don't talk. I'm here for Kandi. I don't have anything else to say about this, because if you go to the RHOA playlist on this channel, you will see that I don't know how many ways I can twist, turn, talk about this. I have talked about this in every way, and I don't have any more in me. All I have to say is, for those of you who wanted me to address it, I am 100% here for Kandi, saying hell to the no. I don't want her back, and if she comes back, I will gracefully bow out and I will leave. I'm here for it. When Kenya was like, yeah, Phaedra and I text, I'm like, girl, I am all for forgiveness, the God bless attitude, being positive at all times, seeing the good in every situation. But with the way how that woman lies, I will not even be that brave or trustworthy to text her anything that she could twist, turn, and fabricate. Yeah, I wouldn't even do that. And I won't be surprised if Kenya's name is being mentioned on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, because Phaedra threw Kenya on the bus, and I did a video on that. Anyways, I'm wishing all of you well and take care. And here my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.